Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, like you got to be willing to defend, you got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the Leadoff Show again, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here again for game number 2 of the doubleheader today between the Milwaukee Brewers and the New York Mets from Citi Field in New York. It'll be Jacob Misiorowski. Looks like we have a new pitcher on the bump for the New York Mets. It'll be Huskar Brazobane for New York. It's game number 86 of the season, 6:10. First pitch from Citi Field in New York. Milwaukee Brewers now 48-37. Top spot in the NL wild card right now. First thing we do on every show, the starting lineups.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Let's start things off with the New York Mets in game number 2 of the doubleheader today. Leading things off for New York, it'll be Brandon Nimmo in left field. Francisco Lindor is the DH and batting second. Juan Soto in right field will bat third. Pete Alonso at first base bats fourth. Jeff McNeil, the second baseman, will bat fifth. Tyrone Taylor, former Brewer, in center field, will bat sixth. Brett Beatty, the third baseman, bats seventh. Ronnie Mauricio at shortstop will bat eighth. Hayden Senger will be the catcher, batting ninth. Now for the Milwaukee Brewers side, Sal Frelick leads things off. He's in right field. Batting second, it'll be William Contreras. He is the DH. Christian Yelich bats third. He will play left field. Jackson Chourio in center field will bat fourth today. Bryce Turang at second base will bat fifth. Rhys Hoskins at first base bats sixth. Anthony Siegler, the third baseman, will bat seventh today. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, bats eighth. Eric Haas catching today will round things out for game 2 and bat ninth for the Crew. Well, it's the first time we have had to have 2 leadoff shows in one day. The Milwaukee Brewers took on the New York Mets earlier today. If you were listening to the leadoff show, it was at 11 o'clock. The first pitch was at 12:10 in Central Time today. Milwaukee Brewers took care of business, too. We'll go over it. Next segment, the rewind.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Game number 1 of the series saw Freddie Peralta going up against Clay Holmes in New York at 12 o'clock today. Brewers looked pretty sharp the entire game in the first inning. First batter of the game, Sal Frelick leading things off with a bang.
Frelick, deep drive to right field. Announce your presence with authority, big fella. Sal Frelick homers for the second consecutive game. 6 home runs on the year for Frelick, his first career leadoff homer.
Audio courtesy of FanDuel Sports Network. It was 1-0 after 1 in this one. Freddie Peralta on the other side, a 1-2-3 inning in the first inning, striking out Starling Marte. No scoring again until the third, after a sacrifice fly from Brett Beatty would score. Jeff McNeil would make things 1-1. Brewers would fall in the fourth inning after Pete Alonso would single. That would score Juan Soto. It was 1-2 in favor of New York. Then, in the sixth inning, we saw Christian Yelich lead things off with a walk. Jackson Chourio would fly out to right field. We saw Bryce Turang double to score Christian Yelich to tie things up. Isaac Collins a single, Jake Bauers a walk, then a big fly from Joey Ortiz, a grand slam.
There's a drive deep into left field, and it is a grand slam for Joey Ortiz. He got the head out and then some. The Brewers have blown it open in the 6th inning.
That would make it 6-2. Joey Ortiz continuing to stay hot. His first career grand slam. It was Sal Frelick's first career leadoff home run. In the 8th inning, Isaac Collins collected his 4th hit. It was his first career game with 4 hits. This one, a homer.
And Collins out towards left field. This is way back. This one is gone for Collins. 7-2 Brewers on Collins' 5th. Have a day, bottom third of the order.
Bottom third of the order. Fantastic. That made it 7-2 in favor of the Milwaukee Brewers. That would be the final score in game number 1. Brewers improving to 48-37 now. Freddie Peralta picks up his 9th victory. His final stat line, 6 innings of work, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Reed Garrett, the loss, he falls to 2-4 after he gave up the grand slam to Joey Ortiz. Milwaukee Brewers now in sole possession of the top spot for the National League wildcard spot. They are now also above 500 at home, now 21-20. Going to be a tough decision for this next segment.
Who was the MVP of the last game for the Crew? Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
A lot of great performances for the Milwaukee Brewers in this game. Freddie Peralta picking up the quality start. That's honorable mention for sure. Sal Frelick, 2 for 5 in the contest with the leadoff homer. His batting average now up to .301 on the season. Only Milwaukee Brewer player above 300 right now. Bryce Terang was 2 for 4. Isaac Collins, what a day. MVP of the day. Isaac Collins, 4 for 4, a home run, 2 runs scored. He is now batting .270 as well. His OPS almost 800, 798 right now for Isaac Collins, MVP of the day. Joey Ortiz, though, the grand slam. I mean, how awesome was that? He spoke to Sophia Minnaert after the game. Here is Joey Ortiz after the big fly in the 6th.
Congratulations, you guys take game 1, your first career grand slam. You had the opportunity earlier in the game with the bases loaded, hit into the double play. How satisfying is that next at bat when you come through in that huge spot?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, just trying to get a good pitch to hit. Like you said, I was just trying to come through for the team, get some runs on board, and luckily the second at bat was able to make an adjustment and do it.
You were pretty fired up, rounding the bases. What was the reaction from your teammates in the dugout?
It was great. Honestly, rounding the bases, I don't even remember. I blacked out. It's usually what happens when I hit home run. I just black out. But it was good. We were able to get the win, get some runs up.
The Mets went to their bullpen when they brought Reed Garrett up. Bryce Terang just ambushed the first pitch to tie the game, and then you guys had great at-bats. After that, just what kind of a spark was that in that inning?
That's great. I mean, when our leadoff guy or whoever was up gets on, I mean, it sets a tone, lets the bullpen or their bullpen know that we're ready to swing and ready to be on the offensive. So, just try and do it again this second game.
Freddie Peralta gives you guys a quality start. Huge, right, when you've got a doubleheader, a long day ahead of you. What did you see with just how he was able to control the Mets lineup?
I feel like it's been the same all year with Freddie. I mean, he's been our ace, attacking guys all year, and I feel like it's been the same with all our starting pitching. They go in, attack guys, and gets outs.
There is Joey Ortiz speaking to the media after the game. It is the Leadoff Show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up on all things Milwaukee Brewers 1 hour before first pitch of game number 2 of a doubleheader. How about the manager, Pat Murphy? He spoke after game 1, and as Sparky said, he's never quite really excited, but you got to feel good bouncing back there. Pat Murphy after the 7-2 victory over the New York Mets.
Considering you have a doubleheader for Freddie to give you what he did.
Yeah, it was awesome. 2 hits against a team, a lineup like this. I'm looking at, 6 or 7 of those guys, and I'm like, wow. That's a pretty good lineup. It was a great outing for Freddie. Give up only 2 hits. A leadoff walk hurt him and a leadoff hit by pitch. Other than that, he was pretty flawless. And again, like always, I always mention William needs a lot of credit because they got a thing going on. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's also, always game one of a doubleheader. You'll maybe face decisions about how far you push your pitching. Save something.
Yeah, you're right.
He sort of
right,
spared everybody all that, didn't he?
Well, I mean, 4-run game there until Collins' home run. So it's like you're just trying to do everything you can to keep the pressure on so you can get to not having to use your normal leverage guys, but our other guys are coming on. The way DL Hall threw the ball today, like I said, if we've got the type of team we have and who we are and like kind of how we have to operate, all 8 relievers have to be able to pitch and leverage. It has to happen. So it's a focal point where, you don't hang around if you're not ready for that. And the way DL threw the ball today bodes well for him. And but starters going 6 and 6+, that matters.
How about the way the game came back to Joey after?
Game came back to Joey. It always does come back to you.
Not always that perfectly though.
Yeah. He wouldn't have got that second at bat or third at bat if it was up to me because I would have tased him. He might not have responded well to that. It might have been a double tase on the guy walked 3 in a row and he swung at the first pitch and hit a pull side grounder. I'm off pull side grounders to begin with. It's not one of my favorite flavors. So I was ready to tase him, but I think he knew that in his third at bat and responded pretty well.
What about all those at bats off of Garrett? Starting with Bryce, just jumping on the first pitch.
Bryce's game today, Collins' game today. Collins on base 5 times, is that right? 4 hits on base 5 times for Moon. And Moon hasn't really, stopped. He just keeps wanting to play good. And I thought it was great. And Larry made his debut, and that was good to get that out of the way for Larry. And Terang was great. Frelick getting the tone, setting the tone, and then, he's always, he's just a good player, man. He battles.
Mentally and just kind of the way that the game played out, is there anything to take in game 1 of a doubleheader, especially knowing who you've got going in game 2?
Yeah, I mean, this is Major League Baseball. Anything can happen in any game versus any team. You just have to kind of stay the course. But when you get a little momentum of winning game 1, that you can look at it 2 ways. Guys kind of go, okay, I did my job. No, your day's not over yet. So, you got to kind of try to keep that uncommon edge, if you will, that contributes to the team somehow.
There is Pat Murphy speaking to the media after game number 1 in New York. It is the Leadoff Show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you. We are going to have regular programming, regular leadoff show, as you will. Drew Wagner going to join the program at 5:40. Austin Herdina comes up in about 5 minutes. We'll try to make another parlay that works out a little bit better than Game 1's parlay did. And here's a couple of things. Couple of stats I just want to throw out there for you guys. This Milwaukee Brewers last 3 weeks on the offensive side. Maybe you can almost call it a month, but the date I want to look at is June 8th. On June 8th, the Milwaukee Brewers got shut out for a second time in the series when they lost 1-0 to the San Diego Padres. You remember that series? Everyone extremely frustrated with the offense during that series. Well, since that series, Joey Ortiz was batting .181 during that. He has now raised his batting average over 30 points and is above .210. Isaac Collins, during that series, was at .239. He is now batting .270. That is almost 30 points again. Christian Yelich was batting .233 during that series. He is now batting .258. It's 25 points on his average. Sal Frelick was batting 293. He's now at 301. That's 8 extra points on the batting average. Another one to bring up. Bryce Terang was batting 266 during that series. He is now batting 291. Another 25 points higher on his batting average currently. That's not just a certain part of the order. Sal Frelick now near the top part. Christian Yelich, obviously your number 3 hitter. Isaac Collins, Joey Ortiz is the bottom part of your order. And Bryce Terang has been comfortably in the number 5 spot for quite some time now. Every part of this order, batting averages are improving throughout. A month and a half ago, the only 2 hitters on the team that were hot were Rhys Hoskins and Jake Bauers. They are the only 2 bats, it feels like, cold now on the Milwaukee Brewers. Jackson Churrio's average pretty much staying the same. Hoskins and Bauers both going down since that day. But this Brewers offense has found some sort of fountain of youth, a rejuvenation, whatever you might call it. And it's not just one specific part of this Brewers offense. The entire team. If we go by on-base percentage, we can really start to take things out. Joey Ortiz, the on-base percentage a little over 270 right now. Back at June 8th, it was 256. Isaac Collins, the on-base percentage, well, it's pretty much stayed the same. It's gone up about a point or 2. Well, after today's game, it didn't quite update, but it's gone up quite a bit after that moment. Christian Yelich's on-base percentage is up 15 points. Sal Frelick's on-base percentage is up 5 points. Bryce Terang's on-base percentage up over 15 points. The entire offense is finding ways to get on base, cause havoc on the base paths, and they're also just making the defense make more plays at this point. Whatever is happening over this last 3 weeks now, we saw it again from the Milwaukee Brewers today. Remember the number 4 runs? 4 runs, get to 4 runs, and you'll be feeling pretty gravy about the Brewers? Well, since June 14th, they have 2 games that they did not score 4 runs in which they lost, and they've lost 3 games since that time. The Brewers getting to 4 runs it's undefeated at this point, it feels like. Not quite. But they are now 41-9. 50 times they have scored 4 runs in a game. They have won 41 out of those 50 times this season. Coming up, we're going to talk to Austin Herdina again today from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Gets another parlay all caught up for the people. Try to make some money after the first day did not hit today. Drew Wagner joins the show in about 20 minutes. We'll talk about game number 1. And then, of course, all the excitement surrounding Jacob Mizorowski for the nightcap in New York for the doubleheader. It is the Leadoff Show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Austin Herdina again, let me run down the Milwaukee Brewers lineup here for you one more time. Sal Frelick in right field will lead things off. William Contreras is DHing for game number 2. He's batting second as well. Christian Yelich in left field will bat third. Jackson Chourio in center field in the cleanup spot today. Bryce Terang at second base will bat fifth. Rhys Hoskins at first base bats sixth. Anthony Siegler, third baseman today, bats seventh. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, will bat eighth. Eric Haas catching for game number 2 rounds things out. He will bat ninth. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, sometimes twice a day even, Austin Herdina, manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, joining the Leadoff Show. Austin, how are we doing since the last time we talked to you? Have you made it into the Potawatomi Sportsbook?
Yeah, Brewers getting the win in the first game, that's awesome. The grand slam, it really separated the game. I picked the Mets, and I feel like every time I go against the Brewers, they show me up, and they tell me not to do that.
Yeah, they did a great job in game number 1. As you said, Joey Ortiz, Isaac Collins, a big game. But now we get to the nightcap. We get to the main event now here. Jacob Misiorowski, it's must-watch TV every time he's out there, Austin. Usually you got people leaving when the Brewers are pitching, right? You go run and grab a hot dog during the game, or if you're at home, you run to the kitchen, run to the bathroom. But maybe it's the opposite when Jacob Misiorowski is on the bump, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and because of the rain and the day off that we had on Monday, it's been a week since he's pitched. So he's going to be well rested. And he's actually part of my same game parlay today.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, looking over at the most popular bets, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, money line in favor of Milwaukee for game number 2 today. Minus 120 on the money line. The run line 1.5 is a little bit in favor of the Mets. The over-under set at 8.5 today, Austin. What are you thinking for your same game parlay for the people today for game number 2 in New York?
All right, so I got burned by taking the Mets in the first game. I'm not doing that again. I'm going to the Brewers. So the Brewers to get the win. Misiorowski over 4.5 strikeouts. I feel like that's a pretty low number. I'm really surprised it's not higher today. And then Juan Soto and Christian Yelich to each get a hit. Yelich's average in the past month has been one of the tops in all of baseball. And Juan Soto, he's the guy that, like you said, they paid him, $500 million or something like that?
750, $750 of $1 billion.
Yeah, if he can't get a hit, come on. So Yelich and Soto to get a hit, Misiorowski to get over 4.5 strikeouts, and the Brewers to win. We're looking at plus 525.
Plus 525 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. I love the logic. Usually Austin's coming in, and every once in a while he might say, I'm going with my gut today, or usually he's got trends that go out with this. Now it's just salary. Soto, you're getting paid too much to not get a hit in this game. Make him part of the parlay. It is the Brewers money line over on 4.5 strikeouts for Jacob Misiorowski. Juan Soto and Christian Yelich to record a hit pays plus 525 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, before I let you go, one more time, what's going on over at Potawatomi people should know about?
Yeah, the Brewers game tonight, obviously. And then another thing you can bet on, a lot of people don't realize this, is the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, which we don't get a ton of money on it, but it's just fun. It's something that, you want to put down a small bet on it, come on in and do it, because it's something that you only get to do one time a year. And obviously, Joey Chestnut, some like to call him, the greatest athlete of our time. It is professional sport, right? So Joey Chestnut, over 71.5 hot dogs in 10 minutes. I want to see it. So I'm gonna be betting that myself.
Have you ever been able to see Joey Chestnut compete in person?
I have not, but I'm sure it's quite a sight.
I was at the Burrito World Eating Championships in Milwaukee when it was at the Deer District like a couple years ago, I remember, and watched him eat like 13 burritos from Qdoba or something like that. You know how massive those burritos are. It was like 14 and a half pounds worth of burrito or something he ate in 10 minutes. So I'm going to smash the over just from seeing that feat alone. 72 hot dogs feels like nothing compared to that. Austin, thank you so much for jumping on twice today. I really appreciate it, my friend. Have a great rest of your night. And of course, go Brewers.
Go Brewers.
There he is, Austin Herdina, joining the Leadoff Show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. One more time, the parlay for the people today from Mr. Austin Herdina. 4 legs, so you need a little bit to happen, but Brewers money line, Mizorowski over 4.5 strikeouts, Soto to record a hit, and Christian Yelich to record a hit. It'll pay plus 525 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Make sure you guys get on down to the Potawatomi Sportsbook at least once to go watch some Brewers games this year, because you will go once and you will realize you should be going there more often. It's a great atmosphere. You've heard Austin Herdina on this show. We've had Luis Olmos as well. I mean, just fantastic people, very hospitable. Plus, the environment is great. And when you want to book a reservation and you go to Potawatomi.com and find the Sportsbook tab, all you're doing is putting a deposit down on your food and beverage. Nothing else. You don't have to worry about paying for the table. You're going to put down a deposit on how much food, how much drink you're going to have, and they have great food and great drinks on top of it. It really is just a great atmosphere to watch some of the games and have a really good time and watch with a great atmosphere on top of it too. The Potawatomi Sportsbook parlay for the people.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? It's time for Building a Winner. Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Skip the debt. Learn a trade. Apply now at iwl8.org. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Thanks again to Ironworkers Local 8 for being a part of the Leadoff Show all season long. A couple of things real quick. From the major league level, we saw Anthony Siegler make his major league debut today. Went 0 for 3. Caleb Durbin ended up pinch hitting for him as well. Durbin drew the walk. But he has another opportunity to try to collect his first career MLB hit. He is actually just the second player ever to be listed as a switch hitter and a switch thrower. Don't know why you would be that ambidextrous, but good for you, Anthony Siegler, hoping to get his first career MLB hit. That is the first update. Now we go to AAA.
Nashville Sounds.
Yes, Nashville yesterday back in action. They went up against the Memphis Redbirds, that is the St. Louis Cardinals AAA affiliate, and the Sounds continuing to be on a slow start to start the second half of the season. They are now 2-5 after the loss to the Memphis Redbirds yesterday. In today's game against Memphis, Nestor Cortez will begin a rehab assignment. He will start. Cortez has not pitched since April 3rd when Milwaukee took on Cincinnati. He was added to the 15-day IL on April 6th, which was retroactive from April 4th. Then he had a left elbow flexor strain. Was transferred to the 60-day IL back on April 21st. We'll see how that goes for Nestor Cortez. That game starts at 6:10 today. Yesterday's game, Tyler Black 2 for 4, Freddie Zamora 1 for 4 in the contest, 11-2. However, Nashville looking to turn things around after the slow start so far in the second half.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Biloxi Shuckers were rained out yesterday. However, the first game today, KC Hunt in action so far against the Pensacola Blue Wahoos, that is Miami's AA affiliate. Alexander Cornelli will start the game immediately after as well, looking to see if they can move things in the right direction. They are 4-2 right now in the second half. However, they won the first half already, clinching a playoff spot now, just waiting it out here in the second part of the season.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Timber Rattlers, yes, they win yesterday 3-2 over the Beloit Sky Carp, that is in Miami's High A affiliate. In that game, Blake Burke 2 for 4 in the contest. He had a run, a stolen base as well. Pitching today, it'll be Sam Garcia in game number 2 of that series with the Beloit Sky Carp. Hey, wherever you are in Wisconsin, go find Beloit, go find it, and see where it goes from there, because you can watch the Brewers affiliate, and on top of it, you can stay in Wisconsin, watch the young guys in Miami as well as they continue to grow through their farm system.
Carolina Mudcats.
Carolina Mudcats. Eric Batanti recorded his second consecutive game with 3 RBIs as Class A Carolina would fall 7-6 to the Fayetteville Woodpeckers in that game. Monday's series opener since the second half began on June 20th. Batanti is batting .325 with a .625 slugging percentage, as an OPS of 1,051, has 5 multi-hit games over that time, and the Mudcats are 7-3 in the second half. This is their first loss in quite some time. Their first game right now, Braylon Payne went 2 for 4. Luis Pena 1 for 3 in the game with 2 stolen bases. Jose Anderson 2 for 5 with a double in the contest as well.
Arizona Complex League Brewers.
Complex League would win against the Complex League Rangers in yesterday's game. Macias Mercedes recorded the longest outing of his career, 1 hit over 6 innings. Dominican Summer League, both teams falling, as the blue team now 10-11, falling to Red Sox Blue, and the gold team falls 7-5, now 9-12 after they lost to the Astros Orange yesterday. A couple other things in case you missed it in the first leadoff show today. We saw a lot of movement in MLB Pipeline's top 30 prospects for the Milwaukee Brewers. Jesus Mate still number 1, but he is now up to the number 8 prospect in baseball. He was at number 10. Jacob Mizorowski now up to number 21. He was in the 70s, I believe. Luis Pena is now number 39, officially the Brewers' number 3 prospect in the organization. He was at 97. He was the biggest jump of anyone on MLB Pipeline. Cooper Pratt is at 44, the Brewers' number 4 prospect. Jefferson Cuero drops down to number 70. He was in the 30s last time around. He was the biggest faller in MLB Pipeline's top 100. Logan Henderson is now in Major League Baseball's top 100 prospects, listed at number 91. Brewers have 6 players in the top 100 right now in their farm system, an absolutely loaded farm that has a 214 and 176 record that is 4th best in all of baseball. Updating you on the top 10, finishing it out at number 7, Mike Bovee. Luke Adams is at number 8. Braylon Payne, number 9. Tyler Black down to number 10. Eric Batanti falls to 11 with the jump up from Logan Henderson as well. Craig Yoho, the Brewers' number 19 prospect in the organization, also is back up with the Major League club for the second game today. You can bring up a 27th man in doubleheaders. That will be Craig Yoho today. He is number 19 in the Brewers organization. We've seen him so far this year, hasn't gone great at the Major League level, but his ERA in AAA is still just over 1. So earning his opportunity to come back with the Major League Ball Club indeed. We'll see if it has a little bit better results tonight. I would assume Yoho will be used tonight pretty much no matter what. Maybe the first guy out of the pen after Mizorowski's throwing 102, then come see that changeup from Craig Yoho. Could be some nasty stuff. This Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam at a time. Whew. I mean, what a day. 2 leadoff shows. Pack-A-Day radio show was this morning. There was Wisconsin Sports Daily chime-ins, Mason Crosby show, of course. All your favorite stuff here at The Fan. Whatever you love to listen to, you can also watch on The Fan Milwaukee's YouTube page. That is youtube.com/@. Make sure you put that @ symbol at The Fan Milwaukee. It's going very well over there. Watch all your favorite stuff that you listen to, whether it's the Pack-A-Day radio show with Andy Herman, Mason Crosby show with Mitch Thunder Nellis, presented by Verizon, #1 network in Milwaukee, or Wisconsin Sports Daily, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, served up by Wendy's. Even on Saturdays, we got Wisconsin Sports Weekend, Jack Pembroke, Charlie Usen, my 2 guys, and the leadoff show, of course. Every single Brewers game, we got a leadoff show, except a little bit of a programming announcement just beforehand. On July 4th, there will be no programming here at The Fan, so no leadoff show, even though there is a Brewer game. Tomorrow, however, the leadoff show will be live from Summerfest, so come say hi over at Summerfest. Would love to take pictures, say hi, chat it up in between the breaks, after the show, before the show. I'll be down there even earlier before the showtime starting at 5 o'clock. From Summerfest. Coming up, we're going to be joined by Andrew Wagner again of Forbes Sports and The Fan Milwaukee. Get his insight on game number 1 and now preview a little bit more into game number 2 with Jacob Mizorowski on the bump. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Sign your kids up now for July open tryouts at focusbaseball.com, ages 6 to 17.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, let me run down Milwaukee's lineup one last time today. Sal Frelick in right field will lead things off. William Contreras is DHing and batting second. Christian Yelich will be in left field and bat third. Jackson Churio in center field in the cleanup spot. We'll see Bryce Terang at second base batting fifth. Rhys Hoskins at first base will bat sixth. Anthony Siegler at third base bats seventh. Joey Ortiz is the shortstop batting eighth. Eric Haas catching today rounds things out in game number 2 at Citi Field. He will bat ninth. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, sometimes twice a day. Use the exact same words when I talk to Austin Herdina. I'm using them again for Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports, the Fan Milwaukee. Follow him on Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner. Joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. Drew, have you done anything exciting since the last time I talked to you?
I watched Joey Ortiz hit a grand slam. I took apart half of my engine on my truck.
Okay.
Swore a lot. You know, the usual stuff.
Yeah, sounds like a Drew Wagner day, honestly. Even with Joey Ortiz homering, it seems like that's becoming more of a regular occurrence here, Drew. Joey Ortiz right now, is this maybe the best 2-week stretch he's had as a Milwaukee Brewer in his short tenure here?
I mean, if it isn't, it's got to be pretty darn close.
Right.
He's been absolutely on a tear of late. You know, we always say you can't swing your way out of it, but he certainly has.
Yeah, it looks awesome right now, Drew. And he's playing himself into, you know, some consideration of, like, he's not even the one being taken out of the lineup when they're moving things around, right?
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing. You know, as good as he's been offensively the last couple weeks, he has really stepped up his defensive game, too. He looks very much like a guy who is very confident in his defensive position. He was very highly touted for his defensive skills when the Brewers acquired him. You know, that was the big thing with him.
Yeah.
You knew the offense needed a little bit of work. It was probably going to come in time. He was a pretty overall highly touted prospect, but his defense was the calling card. I think there was a bit of an adjustment period through the first month or two of the season as he got kind of reaccustomed to playing shortstop on an everyday basis. Maybe that had something to do with kind of slumping at the plate because they can kind of tinker with the guy's mind. But, man, we are just seeing the absolute best of Joey Ortiz, full package, these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the best version of Joey Ortiz, maybe the best version of a lot of players here on the Milwaukee Brewers. We went over it. I mean, there's 5 guys whose average have gone up a minimum of 25 points at this point since June 8th right now for the Milwaukee Brewers. We have a little bit of news that has updated, it seems like, in between since we last talked here, Drew. This comes from your friend, Stupid Kurt on Twitter, Kurt Hogue. Maybe some people know him as. But Murphy indicated this morning that we were talking about, remember, Blake Perkins and his possible return, and maybe that's being why a move for Daz Cameron to be DFA'd and Anthony Siegler comes up. Well, this is reported now that Murph indicated this morning that they're still working through all possibilities, including potentially optioning Perkins because there isn't a vacant outfield spot right now, and maybe Isaac Collins contributing to that. But would that be a shocking move if Blake Perkins is even healthy and he is not a part of this Milwaukee Brewers team based on the Brewers really only having 3 outfielders on the team?
No, because you can play Jake Bauers out there,
okay,
and rather serviceably. So that does give you a fourth. You can play Christian Yelich out there. That's another option. It would not shock me very much at all if they decide that they're going to stash Perkins in AAA for a little bit and let him get some more reps. Because remember, this guy didn't even have a spring training. You know, he drilled that shin. I believe it was his first live BP session of spring training. So all he's got to show for it right now is a handful of minor league rehab assignment appearances. Would not shock me at all if they put him down there, because let's face it, Isaac Collins has kind of changed the way you're looking at things.
Yeah.
I mean, he is really, really good out there. His defensive play in left field is, I'll put him up there with anybody in the National League right now. I mean, he's been really good out there. And the fact that his bat has been terrific over the last week, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever you want to call it. Why break up a good thing, right? You know, if it's working right now, why mix it up? You feel like you're covered at a couple of positions with Siegler on the infield behind the plate. You can move Yelich to left field. They're putting him out there tonight. That gives you an option. Jake Bauers is an option. I just don't think you mess with a good thing right now.
No, absolutely. Isaac Collins currently right now, according to Baseball Savant, 6 outs above average for his defensive play. That is 22nd in all of baseball. And we're talking about all guys who are everyday players above him. Maybe Isaac Collins getting into that role, but was not at the beginning of the season for sure. Drew Wagner joining the Leadoff Show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Drew, we talked about it, hinted at it a little bit. Anthony Siegler, nothing too outstanding from his first MLB appearance. But now the question I have for you, Siegler is playing third base today, a complete day off for Caleb Durbin, but there is Contreras in the DH role. Is there any rumblings or any maybe suggestions that Siegler could get a couple of catching appearances to maybe try to give William Contreras a couple of DH days or maybe a full off day? Because, again, this guy's still dealing with this finger issue, is he not?
Yeah, he is. And you know, I really thought that was going to be the move. And we talked about that this morning. I in my head, that was the move that made sense to me. So I'm not sure what the plan now is with Contreras. And listen, if you're going to give him a day, I mean, don't forget, you've got Eric Haas there too. And you know, he's pretty good behind the plate.
Yeah.
So it kind of scratches the head because, you know, it's not like you're carrying three catchers. You know, Siegler obviously has some versatility there. So I don't know. They give Contreras a spell. I would assume that you're going to see Eric Haas behind the plate before you see Anthony Siegler.
Well, June right now, not a great month, or at least wasn't a great month for William Contreras. His worst batting average so far, it was at 217 for the month of June, down from 245 in May and down from 278 in April. And would love to see if Anthony Siegler really can go about his super versatility position. Drew, I never understood why do you think a catcher needs to be right-handed and there are no left-handed catchers? I understand the logic with second through third base when you're going in the infield, but why is it really a benefit to have a right-handed catcher as opposed to a left-handed catcher?
You kind of nailed it. There was a great story, and I can't remember who wrote it. It was either last year or the year before about, you know, the rarity of left-handed catchers. There was a whole bunch of stats and figures and anecdotes in there. I'll have to look it up and send it to you. You can put it out on Twitter. But yeah, it's kind of an anomaly. You know, it's like seeing an albino something or other, an albino deer or whatever they call it in the Northwoods. Jack Stern would know what you're talking about.
Jack Stern all over it. I thought he was an albino deer the first time I met Jack Stern. The mane, beautiful on Jack Stern indeed. Drew Wagner joining the Leadoff Show. We went all this time. We haven't even brought up Jacob Mizorowski here. 3-0 in his first 3 starts. He has 16 innings of work, has allowed just 3 hits, a 1.13 ERA. Now gets to go up against the test of the New York Mets. Do you think this is maybe going to be his toughest test yet here, Drew, for Mizorowski in start number 4?
You're going up against the lineup with Juan Soto in it. So, you know, granted, the Mets have been struggling of late. That's a pretty good lineup. So, yeah, I think this is going to be his toughest test. Because who has he's faced so far? He's faced the Cardinals. He's faced the Cubs. He's faced the Pirates. Granted, the Mets are slumping, but that's a pretty good lineup. Mizorowski's he's doing it in the fishbowl of New York. So, this is going to be a gut check moment for the youngster.
How big was it in game number 1, the performance from Freddie Peralta and only having to use 2 bullpen arms, even though Craig Yoho gets to come up as the 27th man? Crucial that the Brewers did not use their bullpen as much in game number 1. No.
Yeah, that's how you want to do it, man. If you're going to get through a doubleheader and still, because remember, they still got 4 games left on this road trip after tonight. A couple games after that before the next off day. Like, you need to preserve your bullpen guys as much as possible on days like this. Only using 2, that helps a lot. Having the extra guy tonight, that helps even more. If they can get a lengthy start out of Jacob Mizorowski, if he can be efficient and work deep and work fast, I mean, that's the best case scenario, even before you take the outcome into consideration.
Drew Wagner joins the Leadoff Show as he does each and every day, twice today, twice as hardworking, twice as good stuff, and twice as jolly indeed. Drew, thank you so much. We'll talk again tomorrow, my friend.
Sounds good. Take care.
There he is, Drew Wagner. Follow him on Twitter, @byAndrewWagner. Follow his work at Forbes Sports and at thefanmilwaukee.com. One more thing to get to before we get out of here. Keys to the game.
How does the crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Keys to the game. Well, Pat Murphy nailed it in game number 1. It was making sure the bullpen didn't get overused during that contest. Well, Freddie Peralta, the 6 innings, the quality start, just 2 earned runs during that time. And then Nick Mears and DL Hall able to close things out the final 3 innings. Now, today's keys to the game. I want to keep it on the pitching side of things because it is must-watch TV. It is everything you could imagine, hope for, dream for in a starting pitching prospect. Jacob Mizorowski on the bump. I'm going to sprint out of this building as soon as this show is done, because I can't wait to go watch Jacob Mizorowski on the big screen. I cannot wait to go watch him. I need him to keep doing what he's doing. Just relax. Take your deep breath. You're in the Big Apple. The 2 through 4 of Lindor, Soto, Alonso in the New York Mets lineup might be his toughest test all season. There's not a lot of 2 through 4s better in Major League Baseball, let alone to this point. I cannot wait to watch Jacob Mizorowski. Key to the game, just keep doing your 5 innings. 5 innings, Jacob. Stay the course. Stay on track. Ride this high as long as you can, because it's awesome for you. It's awesome for the fans to watch, and it's awesome as the media to cover during this time too. Jacob Mizorowski, 3 games, 3 hits allowed so far. Not even asking for that. Just give up a run and then cruise through the rest of it if you want. Jacob Mizorowski, keys to the game. Wow, what a day it was here at The Fan. I mean, 2 leadoff shows. We had Pack-A-Day Radio, Mason Crosby show, of course, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, as well with Wisconsin Sports Daily. We're going to do it all again tomorrow as well. Milwaukee Brewers back in action for game number 3 against the New York Mets. Jose Quintana goes up against his former ball club. We'll be live at Summerfest, so make sure you come say hi. Come find us at The Fan by the Hole-in-One Challenge over there. That's going to be a fun time. Can't wait to see all you guys and experience that. I might go around. Let me know what bands I should go and see and check out, because that'll be a fun time to go do that as well. It is the Leadoff Show, live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Don't forget, send them home.